Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast, brought to you by Factor Pre-Prepared Meals. And Sam has special code for you at the end of the podcast, so you can try it for yourself and save money.
Murphy, our girls are doing something kind of cool and special today. I haven't even told you about this yet, but I'm going to tell you, and we're all going to go, oh. Okay, so Taylor took her last exam of her college life yesterday.
Oh.
I know. That's not it, though.
Oh.
And then Phoebe also took her last two exams of her first year of college yesterday.
Oh.
So they're free today, sort of waiting on grades and whatnot. Oh, by the way, we're having dinner with them tonight. They're coming, and we're going to go.
Good.
Yeah. Little celebration of that, I guess, end of semester. But Taylor, loving her college campus, it being her home for the last 4 years, she's not ready to leave it yet. And she says, I'm going to go hang around on campus tomorrow anyway. She told me this last night when we were talking. She said, I'm going to go hang around on campus tomorrow anyway because for all the other people who are still taking exams, they bring rescue dogs and therapy dogs. And I'm like, yes, can I come?
Yeah, I saw a video of that. They had two rescue dogs in the library where all the kids were studying.
Right.
And that's to help calm?
Yeah, and all the kids were just like, oh, and petting the dog, and the dog was loving it.
It's a wonderful situation. Like they used to do that at our girls' elementary school during exam time. Mm-hmm. You know, they would a local rescue would bring a few dogs, puppies, whatever. And it is a good stress reliever between testing. And you might just get a situation where one of those babies get adopted.
Yeah. You know, I wish they had been using support animals that way when we were in school because back when if you saw a dog in the library, he just got in somehow, you know.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, right. But, you know, I think that
I love it in airports too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to that, Taylor's experiencing something that I didn't personally experience, and I guess anybody who is wrapping up their college career. Now, she's going to go get her master's also, so she's not totally finished. But for most people who actually finish and they do their bachelor's, you're finished. And so now you've done a total of 16 years in school. Mm. You're ready to move on, but it's a real moment of reality check. And she didn't want to leave the campus either because she wanted to soak the campus up. Isn't that what you told me, Jodi?
The life, the campus, her favorite parts of campus.
Yeah.
I remember having that conversation with her 4 years ago when she moved out of the house and moved on to that campus. It's kind of like, I said, this is going to be your home, and it's going to become like a very special place to you. These square miles, I don't even know how many square miles, you will always have a special feeling when you come back here. And I didn't think, I'm not sure she believed me, you know, at freshman year, you know, because it was like all this scary time and she didn't know things yet and she didn't even know her way around campus yet. But now she does completely, and it has been her home, and it will always be a special place to her. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 3 semesters under my belt of college, and that was it because I was really very much into my work and career, and just that was in a rush to do everything. And so for me, what she's experiencing about not wanting to leave the campus is really what would happen to me many times over the years when I'd walk back onto the campus. And you're like, oh, wow, Brian, I wish I'd have finished. Man, what an experience this was. Why was I in such a rush to leave? All those little
you relive things
that hit you,
regret,
Yeah.
You know.
And I loved my high school, but you don't. I don't know. You kind of feel, I guess, the same way about high school to a point, but maybe the college thing has lingered for me because I didn't, finish. And, it's okay. It is what it is. And I know I can always go back if I wanted to. Maybe that's the reason I long for.
You have different feelings about it than she. She's going to have this pride feeling and a feeling of missing it. But I love the fact that it'll always be a part of her.
Yeah.
I love that for her.
You know what I also love about her going back, like you were saying, for the support animals and all that today, Taylor's major was psychology. So her degree is in psychology. And when she goes to grad school, she wants to be a counselor. And so her going back to support other students or whatever.
Her life
is
about mental health.
That's who she is. And she has been that way since she was a kid. You know, she's always wanted to be in some field that helps people. You know, remember she thought it might be physical therapy at one point and all that. And so but it's always been about helping people.
And as she studied more, her favorite class in her entire 4 years at college was the study of disorders. Yeah. I think we told you about this. We went to dinner. We always do Thursday night dinners. We went to dinner one Thursday night, and randomly she was telling us about her professor, and the things that they were studying, and she started naming all the disorders. I'm not saying from A to Z because there's that many.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe how many there actually are. You think you know about them because you hear about them and, in life and reading the news and things like that. That scratches the surface. There are so many disorders, and there are a lot of people who need help with them.
Yeah.
Very specific to age and life experience and, trauma, or maybe you don't even know where it comes from.
Well, it's some of the ones like multiple personality disorders and those things, which they're rare, but they're real. And she's very intrigued by those to try to help because, those people who suffer from those conditions almost become incapacitated in their lives because they can't really, it's difficult for them to function.
Does she know, is she going to take a little time off? Or
Yes.
is she jumping right? Oh, she's not
She's
jumping.
not. She's not even applied yet.
Okay.
Because she's there. There are a couple of different, graduate schools that she'd be interested in.
She's going to hang around campus a few more months.
No, all I know is today, this week, she's going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which is good. And I've heard mixed, different thoughts on that. If you're going to go to grad school, some professors and others will recommend take that break, get a little work experience maybe, or some things that you need. You have been in school for 16 years in a row, or it's some do say, okay, well, just dive in. If you really want to get it done, just go straight into it. It's just a matter of personal choice.
Right.
And I think I was a little concerned that Taylor taking the 1 year break might open up the door for, I don't know, a derailment of some sort, But she's so passionate and so focused on what she wants to do. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think she genuinely wants to be, adulting for a little while
Right.
and then go back into grad school.
I think you and I see this differently. I think the time off will give her fuel. I think that she will be hungry for it when she's back in school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She will be hungry for it, and a little bit of reality to let you know that you actually do want that higher degree so that you can do more than you're currently
that's a good
doing
point, yeah.
is also a nice dose.
Yeah,
I think so.
and
We shall see. It's up to her. It's her life.
who's to say she won't get a gig with a counselor while she's taking time off?
And I think that's
they
one of
may
her-
partially pay for her master's.
Yeah, that's one of her
She's
goals.
been doing some volunteer work as part of a credit that she's received, for
Class
school
credit.
this past semester, where she volunteered on a crisis helpline. Did we tell you this?
Yeah.
And at first, I thought it would be, when she said crisis helpline, I thought she was talking to people. And there are a lot of hotlines like that. But this is a text situation. But she logs on and I guess, logs in that she's available. And every time she ends up talking with people and helping people and who are super stressed in a bad spot. And she loves doing that. And she's going to continue some of that.
Yeah, there was a professor that opened that door for her. He had a grant and a whole
Yes.
research study that she was involved in.
So it's just exciting. There's a lot of exciting things going on for the kids right now, our kids, and you can't help but be excited for them while you just watch,
When's graduation?
The 18th.
Oh, cool.
It's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
Yes. And so you have a lot going on also with your kids right now, especially Maddie, Sam?
Yeah, I'm helping Maddie move today.
Yeah.
And Parker.
Maybe sweating
Who
it out.
knows?
Doesn't get to stay in the sorority house all summer, huh?
Yeah, she's in the dorm, so she's moving out.
Oh, that's right.
and
That's right.
Parker's in the fraternity house, and I've asked him a couple of times, what's the deal? He goes, well, I think I can keep my stuff here over the summer.
So he has no facts.
Think and
He's
know are two different things.
Oh.
And this is the final week, so let's get an answer here.
Well,
might get-
you'll be notified just a few hours before the deadline.
exactly.
just a few minutes before.
Hey, since you're coming to help Maddie, can you?
Okay, Factor Meals. Let's do it.
It's effortless cooking. Easier to cook than it is to say. Factor Meals, 2 minutes in the microwave, and you have a meal. This is no prep. This is no cooking. This is no, peeling potatoes, measuring out anything. It's all pre-made for you by chefs. It's checked out by dietitians. And if you have a special eating plan that you're on right now, Factor can work into that. Whether you're managing calories or you're watching your protein intake, they've got special meals for that. Or you can go rogue like Jodi and just start ordering off the menu and get those meals
It's
in.
like
and,
6 meals a week,
yeah,
4. You can
or
choose
12
however
or
many
18,
you want.
and you got 35 to choose from every week.
You can skip a week. So when you're busy and you don't really have time to shop or cook, you can totally just order them. Or you can skip when you're busy or you're going to cook.
Yeah,
And-
recently I had one of the pork chop dishes
Yeah.
that they grill. It's insane how good that is. It tastes like it came off the grill.
You microwave it and it tastes like a grill.
It's weird, yeah. You know, they didn't draw those lines on there. I'm just saying, right?
You can get 50% off your first order right now. Go to factormeals.com and use the code MSJ50. 50% off your first box, 20% off your box next month. Factormeals.com.
Thanks for being a sponsor of the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.